Welcome to the League of Nerds comic book segment number 143. I'm John Cooney here to talk to you about comics released the 15th of October 2014. And if I sound a little different this week, it's because I'm on the road recording from Yosemite. But new books are still coming out, so I'll start as usual with my first five, meaning these are the first 5 books I intend to read this week, and I'll give you a little more depth on them, starting with at number 1. Uncanny X-Men number 27. Turns out being possessed by one of the most powerful entities in the universe can really mess with the guy's superpowers. Life isn't always a straight line. Sometimes there are curves in the road. But if there's anyone who would bend over backwards to reteach himself how to use them, it's Scott Summers. Series writer Brian Michael Bendis discussed Scott's character, quote, "Of all the characters, he does seem to be the one where if he went full bad guy, people wouldn't be surprised. If he went full good guy, people wouldn't be surprised. That's what makes him the most interesting character in the X-Men universe, if not the Marvel universe. By the way, when we all argue with each other about the X-Men at the retreats, some people want a full-on bad guy and some people want a full-on good guy. It's a great conversation," close quote. He went on to say, quote, "Scott is going to unlock something about his powers that will be interesting and fun to work with, so that's coming soon too. We're coming to another chapter in the evolution of their powers, which will be an evolution of character," close quote. At number 2, we've got Justice League number 35, The Amazo Virus Begins Here. Bruce Wayne and Lex Luthor join Wayne Enterprises and LexCorp, but why? And then it's human versus superhuman when a dangerous and bizarre virus is unleashed upon the Justice League. But what exactly is the Amazo Virus? Who unleashed it and why? And what unforeseen effects will it have on the greatest heroes of the DC Universe? Plus, Batman and the League uncovered Lex's most guarded secret at LexCorp headquarters. Series writer Jeff Johns explained Lex's role during a panel at New York Comic Con. Quote, "The whole idea was we wanted to add someone who would shake it up in a fun way, and Luthor certainly does it. It's funny hearing Lex's version of what helping people is and what the Justice League's taught him. There's some beautiful artwork. We see the League in action. This all leads up to Lex Luthor and Bruce Wayne joining forces. What this does is allow Bruce to go into LexCorp and open any door," close quote. He also said that, quote, "It's about Lex turning over a new leaf, but he can't erase his past," close quote. At number 3, we've got Spider-Man 2099 number 5. Moreland is hunting spiders of all kinds across all dimensions and all times. By the end of this issue, there will be only one Spider-Man 2099. Spider-Man 2099 co-creator Rick Leonardi returns for this landmark issue that will take you to the edge of Spider-Verse. Series writer Peter David shared his plans for this issue during a panel at New York Comic Con. Quote, "This will be leading into Spider-Verse. Basically, the plan is to guest star every other Spider-Man 2099 that is running around the Spider-Man universe and kill them all. Spider-Man is going to be encountering other versions of himself and discovering that Moreland is after them. And that's going to lead to the various events at the end of Spider-Man. At the end of issue 5, he resolves to himself that he has to find Peter Parker," close quote. At number 4, we've got Batman and Robin number 35. Robin Rises continues as Batman begins his trek on Apocalypse to recover his son's body. But will he walk alone? Series writer Peter J. Tomasi says we can expect action. Quote, "We've had a lot of interpersonal and dramatic stuff happening, but once we get to Apocalypse, Pat and I really wanted to kick the doors off and it's action time. It's Batman being proactive, kicking ass, and he wants what he wants, no more talking," close quote. He also spoke about the bat armor, quote, "As we showed, it was forged in the sun by Supes. The other Justice League guys helped, but yeah, we keep saying, what can this suit do? Let's go crazy. We wanted it to be big and epic and go Grant Morrison on it," close quote. At number 5, we've got Batman Eternal number 28. Can Batman stop Catwoman from becoming the most dangerous person in Gotham City? DC's Vice President of Marketing John Cunningham described the series at a New York Comic Con panel, quote, "Every issue we turn gets crazier and crazier," close quote. Series co-writer James Tynion IV elaborated, quote, "They gave us the best toy box on the table, Gotham City, so now we're going to take out those toys and break them a little," close quote. He added, quote, "This is a very dangerous Gotham City," close quote. He went on to discuss Spoiler's role, quote, "She knows more than anyone else about what's going on in Gotham City, and now there's a bounty on her head. The information in her head makes her one of the greatest assets in Gotham City," close quote. Rounding out the top 10 at number 6, we've got Daredevil number 9. Matt Murdock has struggled mightily to rise above the tragedies that had plagued him in the past. Now, however, one of his oldest foes has unleashed a force that Daredevil cannot fight without being swallowed by his darkest moods and thoughts. Is this the beginning of a new, grim chapter in his life? At number 7, we have Miles Morales' Ultimate Spider-Man number 6. Miles' life has been turned upside down in every conceivable level. New villains are coming out of the woodwork. Miles makes a life-changing decision. At number 8, we have Ms. Marvel number 9. As Kamala discovers more about her past, the inventor threatens her future. Why is Lockjaw really with Kamala? The fan-favorite, critically acclaimed, amazing new series continues as Kamala proves why she's the best and most adorable new superhero there is. At number 9, we've got Avengers and X-Men Access number 2 of 9, Act 1, The Red Supremacy. The heroes of the Marvel Universe storm the beaches of the Red Skull's Genoshan re-education camps. What they discover within will lead to a bleak new era. The revolution of Tony Stark's dark secret promises to shatter the fragile alliance between A and X. Nova's attempt at solving the crisis leads to disaster. Magneto betrays his alliance to join an army of evil. And at number 10, we've got Wolverine and the X-Men number 10. The X-Men mourn as one of their own is finally put to rest. As a reporter digs further into Wolverine's past, what will be uncovered as the X-Men retell their favorite personal adventures and Wolverine stories. Some of the industry's best and brightest lend a hand to say farewell in these two jam-packed issues. Robbie Rodriguez, Jason Latour, Jim Rugg, James Herron, and more. For the best of the rest from DC Comics, we've got Red Hood and the Outlaws number 35. Things are spinning out of control for the Outlaws when Roy realizes that he's the only member of the team not abusing drugs. Next we have Supergirl number 35, Superman Doomed Aftermath. In the wake of the Doomed storyline, the alien syndicate looks to reestablish its foothold on Earth, but the Venom-powered Red Hood looks for even more muscle in Kara as they go head-to-head with the scum and villainy of the galaxy, plus an ending that will set Kara on a new course. We've also got Teen Titans number 3. A free night out for Raven leads the Titans into another battle, and that brings them one step closer to a dark secret at the heart of Star Labs. And we've got Trinity of Sin number 1. Pandora, the Phantom Stranger, and the Question have hated each other for centuries, and nothing has changed. Now the Trinity of Sin are forced to work together to save humanity and uncover the darkest secrets of the universe in this new ongoing series. From Marvel Comics, we've got The Death of Wolverine number 4 of 4, 3 Months to Die, the loss of Wolverine's healing factor, all led to this, the single most important X-Men event of the decade. Logan has spent over a century being the best there is at what he does, but even the best fade away eventually. Over the years, Logan has been a warrior, a hero, a renegade, a samurai, a teacher, and so much more. But now the greatest X-Men hero will play a role he's never played before in this special weekly event brought to you by industry superstars Charles Soule and Steve McNiven. Next, we have Death of Wolverine, the Logan Legacy number 1 of 7. Wolverine, the greatest X-Men ever, is dead. With this mutant powerhouse now permanently out of the picture, various factions of both good and evil are scrambling to fill the void left by Logan's death. Will Wolverine's legacy be shaped by heroes who valiantly fought alongside him, or by those villains treacherous enough to have challenged him over the many years of his long life? The answers will be revealed in this special 7-issue limited series that spins directly out of the mega popular Death of Wolverine. This series will feature unique solo adventures of several instrumental figures in shaping Logan's legacy: X-23, Sabretooth, Daken, Lady Deathstrike, and Mystique. We've also got Edge of Spider-Verse number 5 of 5. What or who is SP/DR? Gerald Way of Umbrella Academy makes his Marvel debut with Jake Wyatt of Miss Marvel and Indestructible Hulk, establishing a new universe in the incredible Spider character who inhabits it. Next we have Loki, Agent of Asgard number 7, Avengers and X-Men Access tie-in. Victor Von Doom has Loki sentenced to death for the crimes of his future self, but with the Red Skull drowning Doom, Latveria, and the entire world in a wave of unstoppable telepathic hate, is there even a future left to save? We've also got Storm number 4, Death of Wolverine Aftermath. Wolverine has been many things to Storm over the years: teammate, friend, confidant, mentor, and most recently, lover. But upon his death, Storm finds her world thrown into chaos. Will finishing a piece of his unfinished business alongside their mutual ally Yukio help her find her way once more? And we've got Thanos, a god up there, listening number 2 of 4. At the close of Infinity, Thane discovered he was the son of Thanos and that his touch was death. Now, accompanied by the constantly whispered advice of the Ebony Maw, he wants to discover his father's history and his own future. From Dynamite Entertainment, we've got Magnus Robot Fighter number 7. In this issue, transmech catchers, soft robots, computers that are guns, ultra-violent versions of video games that aren't actually video games because everybody that plays will probably die. Welcome to the Butcher Block from acclaimed creators Fred Van Lint and Corey Smith. Next, we have Turok Dinosaur Hunter number 8. Can a dinosaur-riding Native American stop the Mongol invasion of North America in 1210 AD? Or will our hero switch sides and become the Khan of the New World? Don't miss the shocking conclusion to the West Towards Home storyline and the revelation of the destiny of Turok Dinosaur Hunter and Altani, captain of the Mongol Skyriders. And we've got Twilight Zone Lost Tales one-shot, 3 new tales of the strange and unsettling by Mark Rayner. A former terrorism detainee hunts down the ailing politician who authorized his torture to deliver a very special gift. Tensions boil over on a spaceship whose mission is to terraform a new planet which happens to be occupied already. A tech mogul tries his new smart glasses prototype and discovers an unexpected feature: he can see people's souls. From Valiant Entertainment, we've got Unity number 0. Before Exo Manowar, before Ninjak, the world was changed in the trenches. The unbreakable alt-star super team known as Unity has saved the planet and the world is in its debt. But is this the first time a band of exceptional heroes and soldiers has rescued humanity from a doomsday threat? The Eternal Warrior remembers, and 100 years ago, behind a curtain of barbed wire and corpses, he led another team of valiant champions on a life-or-death mission that changed the very course of history. Now, for the first time, find out why the world needs unity, and why there's always been one to stand against the threats no ordinary team could match. Out in trades, we've got All New X-Factor Volume 2 Change of Decay trade paperback. One of the country's most outspoken anti-mutant leaders has a mutant daughter. Now it's up to X-Factor to rescue this young girl from her father, but when the team faces unexpected consequences for saving the girl, X-Factor brings big trouble to its employer, Serval Industries, heavily armed trouble. Plus, Gambit does something naughty, and when his indiscretion is found out, nobody is happy. X-Factor holds a press conference hoping that everything will turn out fine, but they're forgetting that pretty much all of them have awkward secrets that probably shouldn't be made public. Serval Industries brings you the heroes you need in any situation, an all-new X-Factor for an all-new day, collecting All New X-Factor number 7 through 12. Next, we have Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1, the Parker Luck trade paperback. The greatest superhero of all time returns. The world may have changed since Spidey's been gone, but so has Peter Parker. This is a man with a second chance at life, and he's not wasting a moment of it. But his old foes are back as well. Re-energized, out of control, and madder than ever, Electro and the Black Cat demand revenge. And as if dealing with them isn't enough, a new revelation rocks Spider-Man's world to its core. The radioactive spider that granted Peter his powers bit someone else too. Who is Silk, and where has she been all these years? Find out as Peter Parker retakes his life, putting the friendly back in the neighborhood, the hero back in superhero, and the amazing back in Spider-Man. Collecting Amazing Spider-Man number 1 through 6. We've also got Powers Volume 1, Who Killed Retro Girl trade paperback new printing. Coming this December as the first ever television show on Sony's PlayStation Network, Powers is about to reach an all-new audience all over the world. And with these Eisner Award-winning graphic novels, you can discover where it all began. Heroes glide through the sky on lightning bolts and fire, flamboyant villains attempt daring daylight robberies, godlike alien creatures clash in an epic battle in the night sky, and on the dirty city streets below, homicide detective Christian Walker does his job. Now Walker must investigate the shocking murder of one of the world's most popular superheroes, Retro Girl. Walker is teamed up with spunky rookie detective Dina Pilgrim, and the investigation takes them from the city's seedy underbelly to the gleaming towers that are the home to immortal beings. As shocking, twisted truths about Retro Girl come to light, Walker discovers that to solve this crime, he might have to reveal his own dark secret. This collection also includes the Powers comic strips, a Michael Avon Alming sketchbook, the Powers number 1 script, and more. Collects Powers number 1 through 6. And we've got Batman Volume 5 Zero-Year Dark City hardcover. Before the Batcave and Robin, the Joker and the Batmobile, there was Zero Year. The Riddler has plunged Gotham City into darkness. How will a young Dark Knight bring his beloved hometown from the brink of chaos and madness and back into the light? This final zero-year volume collects Batman number 25 through 27 and 29 through 33. Okay, so that's just a few of my favorite books out this week. There's still plenty of others available, and I broke out all the Marvel titles this week in their own video, as well as a separate video for all of DC, and even a video with the top independent publishers. You can find them all on my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com. And we'll also have links up on theleagueofnerds.com, our Facebook page, so be sure to like us there too. Of course, you can follow everything I'm reading on Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr, or Twitter. You can find links to everything in the About section at he'sgotissues.com. And a reminder that both He's Got Issues and the League of Nerds are proud members of the Comics Podcast Network. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.